PS5 launched exactly 119 days ago as of filming this episode, and today I'm going to talk about how I found the last 119 days, things that I really like about the PS5, including things that I don't like, and something about the controller that not a lot of people are actually talking about that I discovered when I was playing Astro's Playroom pretty much close to launch. I'm also going to be doing an Xbox Series S follow-up to this, and you're probably wondering, and I get this all the time, why did I buy a Series S over a Series X? My answer is simple. I don't collect physical Xbox games, I only have my Game Pass Ultimate. So for me, the Series S was a no-brainer, with my PS5 being my primary next generation, if I can get my words out, console. So today I'm going to be diving over there shortly. I'm going to talk to you guys in more depth about games I've also been playing. But first we need to roll that magical intro. Let's go. Cut straight to the chase. On the PlayStation 5 controller, you have a little speaker right here and a very, very stealthy looking button with a microphone and a cross through it. Now, on Astro's Playroom, there's a couple of areas where you physically need to blow into the controller to make the action, in Astro's Playroom case, it's actually a fan, to turn around and therefore progress through the level. However, something people don't talk about, if you have a headset attached on your 3.5mm headphone jack, the controller natively uses the microphone on your headset. So for me, I had my Razer headset in, it was naturally using this part of the mic rather than the mic built into the controller, which meant that me blowing into the controller wasn't actually doing the desired output on the game screen. And I was like, is my controller broken? Is this a glitch? What is going on? And nobody talks about this. So what you actually need to do is you can toggle the mic on the controller on or off depending on if you've got a headset in. So for me, with my headset, but I do make sure that my mic, if I need to kind of utilize this to blow into it to make something happen on the screen, you have to have the mic on the controller on for it to work. Every single video I've watched of people talking about the PS5, barely anybody mentions this, but I wanted to mention it first because it's a key feature. It's one of those key things, especially because Astro's Playroom is one of those games, including myself, that I've been playing and I played first when I fired up the beautiful PS5 console behind me. So just be mindful, there's a stealthy little button underneath the PS5 button which toggles your mic on or off. But natively, the controller uses the headset mic. Next up then, on the UI itself, I want to start by concluding that I don't like the PS5 user interface, as much as I like the PS4 user interface. Now, underneath each of your games, you have cards, which kind of summarize different achievements that you've done in the game. And then underneath that, you have game news related to that particular game. Now, first up, I don't really use the cards, and I feel that they just clonk up the user interface more than is what's actually required. And then underneath that, you have game news, game trailers, etc. That gets a little bit worn out. Nobody wants to watch the trailers over and over again, when really I can just use my phone or my tablet to get the game news that I actually want. I'm never going to go on my PS5 to look up game news. I'll always use a mobile device. So for me, I found that over the last 119 days a little bit clunky in terms of the UI. What I do like about the UI though are that the games and the media section are completely separate. So if you want TV, you want to watch Netflix, or you want to even watch YouTube, you scan over to the UI, you scan over to the media section and it's all right there. So it's not as clunky as what it was, and still actually is, on the PS4 Pro or PS4. For me, I don't use my PlayStation 5 as a media device. I haven't watched any Blu-ray on it or DVDs, so I can't comment on that. my gaming system are for games, and I like to just be able to turn on my PS5, jump into a game without having the clunkiness and lots of different menus and filters to go through. So fingers crossed, they'll maybe even streamline the cards underneath the games. They maybe even get rid of the game news section. That's just my personal opinion. I think it would actually lighten the load a little bit in terms of the PS5's interface. And I want to know what you guys think about that, because a lot of people out there, they do like the card system. If I want to know about my achievements, I tend to go into my trophies and I sync them up and I have a look at them from there. Don't want to see them on the standard game menu. Also, another thing that really knocks me just a little bit is when I go to turn the PS5 off, the PS5 has a lower game menu, as well as your the middle or the chunk of the large portion of the screen. You scroll through your games and then you've got the menu at the top, your media menu, your profile settings, your account settings. But in order to turn the PlayStation 5 off, I found it initially very difficult to find out how to turn the console off from the TV. You actually have to, from the main menu, press the PS button again, and it brings up this tiny set of icons or a menu at the bottom of the screen. I find that a little bit fiddly. I don't like that it's at the bottom of the screen. I would prefer it to be on the side, as it was on the PlayStation 4, or possibly along the top. And with your game, when you're in a game, you press the PS button and it just brings you straight back to your home menu, thus suspending your game. You're back on the home menu. You can't turn the console off from there, and that grates on me, because even 119 days in, I'm still sometimes second guessing, wait a minute, how do I turn the PS5 off? I guess it's just 2 decades of, playing on a PS3 and a PS4, of knowing how to turn it off with simply pressing the PS button, but they seem to have gone away with that feature. So I hope that that's also rectified, because I don't think why change something that isn't broken, essentially? But yeah, that's what my kind of qualms, good things and bad things about the UI. Let's go over there and talk about some games. So today is the launch of Oddworld Soulstorm, which I'm actually downloading at the moment. And I will say that PS Plus, this far in for the PS5, has been pretty gnarly. We've had the likes of Maneater, Destruction All-Stars, which I've been playing. And I'm really, really enjoying the PS Plus side of PS5 as it goes in. What I would like to see are more games utilise the haptic features and the trigger friction a little bit more. So for example, I'm playing Valhalla as well. I'm using it obviously on the PS5 upgrade, but it doesn't seem to utilise the controller function at all, which is a bit of a shame, because I think that this game could be really amplified with the beautiful control system of this gorgeous controller. And if you've played Astro's Playroom, you'll know that walking through grass, sand, water, the controller mimics the kind of surface that you're running or walking on, and the level of friction if you're carrying something heavy. The triggers might feel a little bit heavier to press. The controller is absolutely gorgeous in terms of its functionality, but unfortunately a lot of the games don't quite utilise it as well as they should do. Destruction All-Stars does a little bit, your L2 and your R2 in particular. When you're accelerating or you're utilising a special power within your car, you will notice some trigger friction on your L2, R2 buttons. So again, that was free. I do think it is still free, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're diving into the PS5 ecosystem, there are only kind of some games like this that do utilise the controller. So I really wanted to just put that out there as well. I was expecting a little bit more. Even Demon Souls, which was a launch title, now I'm still playing through Demon Souls, still can't beat the second boss, by the way, but again, that doesn't use the controller functionality the way Astro's Playroom does, for example. So that again is another shame and another opportunity that I think is missed in these early days. Does it affect the way the PS5 plays and your overall experience? Probably marginally, but for me it doesn't take away how beautiful this system actually is. And for something, say, like Demon Souls, which is one of the better looking games on the PS5 at the moment in terms of its textures, draw distances, audio design is really, really spot on. It would be so gorgeous to have some functionality with the DualSense, but again, maybe that will come in a future update. Now, I've said plenty of times when I unboxed my PS5, the console itself will always be ugly to me. 119 days in, and it doesn't get any easier on the eye. I've seen a lot of mods out there online, people replacing faceplates, and people also getting the classic PlayStation 1 controller, logo to go on their controller, the PlayStation logo, or on the console itself. I think I'm just going to keep mine the way it is, and we'll just take it from there. I mean, I own a disc version. If in the future I do obtain maybe a different variant of PS5, if Sony bring them out, I might start to kind of, you know, titivate things a little bit with the faceplates, but not for now. I have kept mine in its native state 119 days in. One more thing I want to talk about in terms of the console, the fan. It does get quite loud when under pressure, when there's a lot going on. I've been on Destruction All Stars, for example, when you're in an arena full of cars, there's fireworks kind of going off, you know, there's a lot of stuff kind of rendering on and off screen, and the fan does kick in from time to time. I've never noticed that on my Series S, and I know the PS5 is a much more powerful console, but I still would have expected the PS5 to just sound that little bit quieter from start to finish of any gaming session that I take on. More games. Now, recently I put out a video about backwards compatibility with the 1, 2 and PlayStation 3, whereby a patent was filed by Sony to look at getting trophies on the PS5 for older games. We still haven't had anything in writing yet, but what an addition that would be to the PS5. I mean, for me, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's coming, not just in terms of brand new AAA games, but also the back catalogue and just years and years worth of classic games on the PlayStation that we can all re-enjoy and I can use for streaming. So yeah, just go and check out that video. I'll link it in the cards as well if you want more information on that. So overall, there's things to shake up a little bit with the UI. I think it can be more streamlined, but overall, the face value of the UI and the console itself really work well for me, and I'm thoroughly enjoying my time with the PS5. Really am. What are you guys playing on your PS5s? Are you enjoying it? And are there any features you'd like to see removed or added? So the PS5, 119 days in, a glorious machine in terms of next generation. I do love the potential lineup that we've got coming with a new God of War game, hopefully a new Horizon Zero Dawn 2 game. Well, we know we have, we don't know when the release date is. I just want more and more from the Sony studios. I really think the first party games have a huge lead and a huge capital over on the Xbox, but I love my Xbox dearly. I love my Series S and I love my Xbox One X, and I'm going to be talking about that, how I found the Series S, in the next episode. So if you've liked this video, if you've enjoyed it, you've taken something from it, maybe you didn't know about the weird microphone on-off toggle switch on here, let me know in the comments section below, and please hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the content. And if you've made it this far in the video, I'm going to put a random hashtag right here. It's going to make no sense, but if you know, you know, and it means you've stayed to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Gemma. Take good care, guys. Team 24. See you soon.